Mastering high-performing teams with Kirk Peterson. Weekly insights and expert strategies to help leadership teams become high-performing teams.
Nick Del Santo joining you once again with Kirk Peterson, the Managing Director of Performance Shift. Kirk, today I want to speak to you about the innovation to a high-performing team. How important is it?
Yeah, it's really important. It's important because high performance is about continually improving. And to continually improve, we need to have innovative thinking within our products, our processes, and anything else to become better and continually improve.
Is innovation the responsibility of anyone in particular, or is it bigger than just one person with a new idea?
It's always bigger than one person, but where I think innovation needs to start is actually in our mindset. Because we frequently self-sabotage, Dal, and what I mean by that is self-sabotage means, oh, you know what, I'm not very good at being innovative, so we sabotage and say that I can't do it, and that puts blockages in the way of my thinking, and that is the first nemesis that we've got to get over. So the mindset is so important in not putting that barrier in the way.
Is this something that you see regularly in businesses in 2025? Is this something that you can specifically help with the growth of a business?
I see it lots. Yep. I see lots of people self-sabotaging and labelling themselves that they can't innovate. And our job is to, one, get rid of that mindset, but two, give them tools on how to innovate. But if I take a step back from here, the definition of innovation and the spectrum of innovation is really important. So most people, Dal, think that innovation equals disruptive innovation. Now, disruption is actually a tiny component of innovation. It shows from research it's about 8 to 10%. So it's a small component. So, you talk about your Airbnbs, your Ubers, etc. They're disruptive. They're disruptive to the marketplace, but they're only worth about 8%. Adjacent is a bigger piece, but the biggest piece is incremental innovation. And incremental innovation is about continual improvement. And most people do that day in, day out, but don't realise that's a part of innovation.
I think about some of the biggest companies and businesses in the world. And when you think about innovation, I'm probably going towards the Google. Are they the leaders in this space? Are they a business that are well renowned for this ability to have think tanks?
So Google's one. Yep. Apple, you can imagine there's some amazing, lots of other companies I can mention off the top of my head. But more importantly, you mentioned Google. So let's talk about Google for a second. Google has this thing called Google Time, and that was allocating 20% of their week to thinking differently. So Google Maps, Google Earth came from Google Time. But that is no accident. They allocated 20% of their time for their employees.
A day of their week.
Correct. Good maths. To be able to think differently. So innovation's about thinking differently and challenging the status quo. But if you don't allocate time for it, you never get time for it. It's a bit like people talking about getting fit. And I want to go to the gym. Did you actually plan to go to the gym? No. Did you actually buy a gym membership? No. But you want to get fit. You don't allocate time for it, it doesn't happen. Same with innovation.
I love the sound of that. Got to be a little bit organised as well. Share a quote with us around the innovation in a high-performing team, please.
So it's a quote, but it's a statement, and that's 80% of innovation is incremental. So embrace that 80%. Talk about what we can do, not about what we can't do. And everyone talks about things we can't do. 80% is in your control. Control the controllable. So focus on that and make sure that we allocate some time to this little statement. Imagine if we could ... I'm
just going to write that down quickly because I do not want to forget that. Appreciate your time always, Kirk. What can we look forward to next week?
Well, next week we're going to talk about the importance of resilience and how do we bounce back.
Love it. So important. Look forward to next week. Thanks, Kirk.
Thanks, Dale. Visit performanceshift.com.au and as a first step, take our free mini team assessment to begin unlocking your team's potential. Shift your mindset, shift your performance.